In the Design Lab, we teach design prep. That is, we teach 4 principles that you should keep in mind whenever you are working on a digital media project. These are contrast, repetition, alignment, and proximity, or CRAP. That spells design. C is for contrast. Contrast can be achieved through variation in size, color, line thickness, and spacing. Designers rely on contrast to create a hierarchy of information to let the audience know what is most important. Right now, these 4 pieces of information are not differentiated from each other. But after we make some small adjustments, the information has a clear hierarchy. This leads the eye to prioritize the large pink information over the smaller black information. Contrast is also a function of legibility. Notice how the lack of contrast in color between the background and font makes the text difficult to read. Just by changing the background color, we can make the information much easier to understand. R is for repetition. It may be tempting to throw many different colors and shapes into your design, but this can be overwhelming to your audience. Instead of trying to include too many objects of varying shapes and colors, we can use repetition of our main design element, the pink hexagon, to create a cohesive design package. This works the same with fonts. Another place where repetition is important is in the selection of images. Let's look at this example. These 3 icons of food are disparate in that they all have different styles. But we can create unity of the images through repetition in bounding, shape, and caption. Better yet, we could use a similar style for all 3 images, making the design feel more cohesive. A is for alignment. Our brains want everything to be organized and struggle when things are not in alignment. Compare these lines, which are all over the place, to these lines, which are intentionally placed in alignment with one another. Let's look at this slide. There's something off about the alignment here. Can you spot it? The text is slightly off-center. By moving the text to the middle, the slide looks more polished and aesthetically pleasing. Finally, P is for proximity, which deals with the distance between elements in our design. Through proximity, we can create visual relationships that lead to an easier understanding of materials. Things that are close to each other will automatically feel more related. Proximity can also remedy some confusion. For example, when captioning images, it is important to keep the text in close proximity to said image. Even though the connections may seem obvious to you, being intentional with captions makes sure the audience can easily follow the information presented to them. You never want to give your audience an opportunity to misunderstand you.